This is the ultimate guide for the tomb Easter egg. Let's go. You first need to open the doorway to nowhere by setting the amulet on the pedestal in the subterranean temple. Enter the portal it opens and you will be able to access the Pack-a-Punch from the Dark Aether Nexus. You now need to build the Ice Staff. Starting on round 8, Shock Mimics will spawn. The first Shock Mimic killed will drop a monocle. There are 2 parts needed to build the Ice Staff. In both the tombs and Neolithic catacombs, there are ether lanterns that need to be shot until they reach a specific position. After breaking a lantern, it will respawn after 30 seconds. In the tombs, the lantern needs to appear in front of the left bull mural, and in the Neolithic catacombs, the lantern needs to appear in the chamber with the hunter mural. Once each lantern is in position, the monocle will reveal Roman numeral symbols on the murals that need to be shot in order. The bull mural has 8 symbols and the hunter mural has 10 symbols. Shooting all symbols for a mural will start a lockdown with 4 waves. Once complete, one of the Ice Staff parts will appear in front of the mural. Once you've gathered both parts, head to the Dark Aether Nexus and place them on the pedestal in the middle. You now need to protect the Ice Staff from glowing purple enemies. Once you killed enough of those enemies, you have successfully built the Ice Staff. To upgrade the Ice Staff, you need to extinguish 3 ether lanterns in quick succession. If needed, you can destroy the lanterns to respawn them in closer proximity. If done correctly, you'll get a quote from Archibald and 3 symbols will appear on the floating rocks in the Dark Aether Nexus. Shoot all 3 symbols with the Ice Staff and the rocks will lower closer to the ground. Take note of all 3 symbols. One of the 4 portals will close and you need to head to the other side of that portal door. On the door will be 8 symbols, 3 of which correspond to the symbols on the floating rocks. Shoot the 3 symbols with the Ice Staff in any order and the portal will reopen. Enter it and you will teleport onto a floating rock with a purple orb on it. Interact with the orb and it will lower to the ground, and all players need to follow the orb in close proximity. Killing enemies will grow the orb as it reaches its destination. Once the orb arrives at the pedestal, interact with the center and you successfully upgraded the Ice Staff. Switch to the bottom half of the staff by switching the fire mode and shoot the Vermin statue in the Dark Aether Nexus. Interact with it and the corresponding Vermin statue will activate in the dig site. For this challenge, you need to kill a horde of Vermin within a minute. Once complete, interact with the statue to obtain the energy and the blue portal will close. Avoid taking damage as the energy will drain with every hit. Return the energy to the statue in the Dark Aether Nexus through one of the still open portals and you have completed the Vermin challenge. Shoot the Parasite statue with the bottom half of the staff. Interact with it and the corresponding statue will activate in the Shrine of the Hierophants. For this challenge, killing glowing parasites will drop their energy. Pick it up and take it into the statue. You need to deposit 10 orbs of energy within a minute and a half. Once complete, interact with the statue and the yellow portal will close. Return the energy to the statue in the Dark Aether Nexus and you've completed the Parasite challenge. Shoot the Doppelghast statue with the bottom half of the staff. Interact with it and the corresponding statue will activate in the ossuary. For this challenge, you need to kill a horde of Doppelghasts while avoiding the thorn explosions created by the statue within a minute and a half. Once complete, interact with the statue and the green portal will close. Return the energy to the statue in the Dark Aether Nexus and you have completed the Doppelghast challenge. Finally, shoot the Amalgam statue with the bottom half of the staff. Interact with it and the corresponding statue will activate in the deep excavation area. For this challenge, an HVT Amalgam will spawn. After taking a certain amount of damage, it will tether itself to nearby enemies and become immune until those enemies are killed. You need to kill the Amalgam within a minute and a half. Once complete, interact with the statue and the red portal will close. Return the energy to the statue in the Dark Aether Nexus and you have completed the Amalgam challenge. Once the Amalgam challenge is complete, the crystal in the sky will shoot a beam over to the bridge. Interact with the pedestal in front of the bridge and it will repair itself, allowing you to walk across. The Sentinel artifact will lower to the ground and you will be able to enter the boss fight by interacting with it. The boss fight has 2 main phases. For the first phase, the Sentinel artifact will shoot a beam and rotate. Getting hit by this beam will damage and slow you. After the artifact lowers and raises 2 times, it will turn purple and become vulnerable. Shoot it with a ballistic weapon to break it and do damage. It will then duplicate and shoot 2 beams. Repeat the process for 2, 3, and 4 artifacts. Each statue the artifacts shoot when vulnerable will spawn that type of enemy, so target the artifact of the enemy you don't want to spawn. Coordinate with all players which artifact to destroy to break it quickly. Breaking an artifact when there are 4 in the air will start the second phase. For the second phase, a red artifact will lower into the ground and spawn a heavy zombie. Killing the zombie will spawn a vulnerable artifact. Break it, and after a while, another red artifact will lower into the ground. Repeat the process for artifacts that spawn an HVT Doppelghast, HVT Shock Mimic, and HVT Amalgam. Once you break the artifact that drops from the HVT Amalgam, all 8 artifacts will rise and 1 will float to the slot on the wall above the arena. The remaining 7 will begin floating towards it. You need to break the main artifact before all the artifacts combine together. Once the Sentinel artifact has been defeated, combine it with the amulet and you've successfully completed the main quest Easter egg for the tomb. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found it helpful.